Item 426. Post-tensioning. 1. Description. Furnish, store, and handle post-tensioning materials and perform post-tensioning of cast-in-place and precast structural units. 2. Materials. Furnish materials that meet requirements of the most current versions of the following documents unless indicated otherwise: Post-Tensioning Institute's Guide Specification for Grouted Post-Tensioning, PTI/ASBIM 50, and Post-Tensioning Institute's Specification for Grouting of Post-Tensioned Structures, PTIM 55. 2.1 Press-Dressing Steel. Furnish press-dressing steel strand conforming to one of the following types: 7-wire steel strand meeting DMS 4500, steel strand, uncoated 7-wire stress-relieved and low relaxation for pressed rest concrete, or grade 150, high strength, coarse thread bars meeting ASTM A722. 2.2 Post-tensioning system. Furnish a post-tensioning system following the minimum requirements for protection level 2, PL2, in accordance with PTI/ASBIM 50. Pre-qualify post-tensioning systems using tests on complete tendons for compliance with the requirements of PTI/ASBIM 50. The following exceptions apply. The embedded parts of the anchorage are not required to be galvanized or epoxy coated, unless otherwise noted on the plans. Provide prepackaged grouts in accordance with DMS 4670, grouts for post-tensioning and Class C grout per PTIM 55. Do not use grouts that exceed the manufacturer's recommended shelf life or 6 months, whichever is less. Provide unbonded single-strand tendons in accordance with PTIM 10.2-00, specification for unbonded single-strand tendons. 3. Equipment. 3.1 Stressing equipment. Provide hydraulic jacks, pressure gauges, and other stressing equipment that meets PTI/ASBIM 50. 3.2 Grouting equipment. Provide grout mixing, testing, and pumping equipment that meets PTIM 55. 4. Construction. The requirements of Item 420, concrete substructures, and Item 422, concrete superstructures, will govern for cast-in-place construction. Item 424, precast concrete structural members, fabrication, will govern for precast concrete units or members. 4.1 Qualifications of personnel. Perform all work for post-tensioning, including duct and hardware installation, strand insertion, and tendon or bar stressing, under the direct supervision of an individual certified as a PTI Level 2 bonded point field specialist. Perform all grouting operations under the direct supervision of an individual who has received a grouting technician certification from the American Segmental Bridge Institute, ASBI. 4.2 Required Submit TOLs. Submit information required in this section for post-tensioned elements, in addition to forming and false work plans required by Item 420, concrete substructures, and Item 424, precast concrete structural members, fabrication, TxDOT. Include all necessary construction information in these submit TOLs for cast-in-place and precast construction, including, but not limited to, the information required in this section. 4.3 Design calculations. Provide design procedures, coefficients, allowable stresses, tendon spacing, and clearances in accordance with the TxDOT LRFD bridge design specifications and PTI/ASBIM 50 unless otherwise shown on the plans. Submit sufficient calculations to support the proposed system and method of post-tensioning, including friction loss diagrams. When the required jacking force for a particular type of tendon, duct, and configuration is furnished on the plans, design calculations are not required except to adjust for conditions different from those shown on the plans. 4.3.1 Post-tensioning details. Provide drawings with details that meet the requirements of PTI/ASBIM 50 and this specification. 4.3.2 Grouting plan. Submit for approval written grouting procedures at least 4 weeks before the start of the element's construction. Include items required by PTIM 55. Include the names of people responsible for PT installation and grouting operations, with the foreman of each grouting crew certified as a PTI Level 2 bonded point field specialist and ASBI certified grouting technician. 4.4 Packaging, storing, and handling of post-tensioning components. Package, store, and handle post-tensioning steel, grout, duct, and other accessories in accordance with PTI/ASBIM 50 and PTIM 55 unless otherwise indicated. Acceptance and rejection criteria for strand will follow PTI/ASBIM 50 and PTIM 55. The following exceptions apply. Grout storage on-site will be limited to 30 days unless approval by the engineer is given in advance of material delivery. Install grout caps and ensure vents are closed at all times so that water and other contaminants cannot enter the duct before strand installation. Do not flush ducts at any time. 4.5 Duct and press dressing steel installation for post-tensioning. Follow PTI/ASBIM 50 for duct and press dressing steel installation procedures and requirements unless otherwise specified. Verify that concrete strength requirements on the plans are met for stressing and staged loading of post-tension structural elements. Stress the tendons within 7 days of installing the strand in the ducts unless otherwise approved in advance. Follow the tensioning procedure noted in the approved post-tensioning details. 4.6 Grouting. Grout in accordance with PTIM 55. Grout within 14 days of tendon stressing unless otherwise specified or approved. Obtain approval to extend the grouting time before stressing tendons. Do not allow the grout temperature to exceed 85 degrees Fahrenheit during mixing and pumping. Do not grout when the ambient temperature is below 35 degrees Fahrenheit. Field test the grout in accordance with Table 1 during grout installation. Perform field testing by trained personnel at the contractor's expense while witnessed by the engineer. Pump at the lowest pressure possible that will maintain a continuous flow of grout. Table 1. Requirements for field testing of grout. See table in specifications. 1. Take 1 sample from the mixer and 1 sample from the farthest duct outlet. 5. Measurement and payment. The work performed, materials furnished, equipment, labor, tools, and incidentals will not be measured or paid for directly but will be subsidiary to pertinent items.